how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Oh my god! Yo! I don't know what happened. he starts shooting missiles, right? But then he keeps fucking sorting you too. So it's like, do I dodge the missiles? Do I stay away? If I do, I don't know. Basically, the second phase is the hard one. This first phase isn't that bad. I don't even know where my health went. I literally have no idea where my health went.
AP at 30%.
The lock-on doesn't work as soon as he goes behind you, you lose your lock-on, just like in any FromSoft game. So the lock-on is completely worthless, because you can't keep locked on. If he goes behind you like he does all the time in the fight, it unlocks you. Bottom left. Now he's got his shield, that's it. That's game right there. Yep. So, it cheated. This stun lock was bullshit. So, I had no stamina, I was trying to recover. There was no way to dodge the sword. Hits me with the sword, and then he continues to attack with the sword 2 more times. I have no stamina. Until I get my stamina back, I can't avoid the sword. So, it was completely cheat.
You're not a real gamer.
Got him with the sword! Beautiful! Wow, the sword was the way to do it, dude. So all you had to do, you had to negate the shield and slash the shit out of him. And you just go right through the armor. It doesn't even matter. Wow, that was awesome.
Well, thank you for the suggestion, whoever said sword again, because I tried it first, and the sword wasn't working, but I needed to know his pattern. Good shit. So clip this and give it to all other content creators who rage quit on that boss. Was it Balteus? If you rage quit on Balteus and I was able to beat Balteus dressed fully as Bender, you suck. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. It's not a legit playthrough. I'm saying that up front. This is not a legit playthrough. This is meant to be a playthrough that's going to be very, very interactive with my viewers. They're going to be guiding me through the game and telling me what to do and showing me funny stuff.
And, great progress. We fought that, what was his name, Balteus or whatever? Which everyone claims is like a super hard boss and a lot of people rage quit. I don't know why. If you've played FromSoft games before, I don't know why you would have quit on that boss. I mean, that boss wasn't nearly as hard as things that I faced in FromSoft games before. It was challenging, sure. You had to learn a few new mechanics, like the pulse shield, but it was fun, right? So I hope you guys are enjoying, and yes, I will continue on with Armored Core 6.
Remember, I spent money pulling. Thank you for watching. Thanks to everyone who chilled and supported the stream tonight. I really appreciate that. Until next time around this weekend, thanks so much, and see you then.
Admittedly, you know, people on my streams are supportive, and they want to see me succeed. And there was one particular person who had given me a little bit of a heads up earlier on in the stream. They said, you're going to want to buy a plasma gun. They didn't tell me why. They said, listen, you're just going to want to buy a plasma gun. And that's all they said. They said, just get one when you can do it. I said, okay, so I had bought it earlier on the stream before I ever got into this boss, not understanding why I needed the plasma gun. Well, without spoiling, it was this boss. This boss has a shield that needs to be downed, and if you don't have a plasma gun, it takes a long time to get the shield down. But then once the shield's down, it has a second shield. Basically, it's the stun shield, the stagger meter, kind of like Sekiro. So it's like, first you have to take down the level 1 shield, then you have to do the stagger shield, then you can finally hurt the thing. So imagine doing all that and not knowing, but if you have the plasma gun can essentially cut through the first shield, so it takes out a lot of the difficulty of the fight. So admittedly, someone helped me ahead of time, not spoiling and explaining that, but basically just saying, get a plasma gun, you'll need it, okay? Now in addition to that, there were some other gameplay mechanics in the game that had never been explained properly. I'm sorry, they just weren't. For example, there's a lock-on mechanic, I knew that. But I didn't understand that the lock-on mechanic in this game is different from that in Soulsborne games. In Armored Core, when you lock onto an enemy, you permanently lock onto the enemy. If that enemy flies behind you, you stay locked on. The difference is that your aim isn't as accurate when you're on the auto lock-on. Okay? So someone explained to me how that lock-on system worked during the boss fight so I could actually understand it and utilize it properly. Otherwise, I would have been flubbing around not knowing what to do, because once again, it's a case of another FromSoft game that doesn't really explain its mechanics to you.
I would need guidance. I'll go ahead and I'll play it if you guys are going to tell me what to look for. There's no way I'm playing that game without a guide or whatever.
You know, I remember when I beat him, basically what I did, someone had given me some more advice and said, you should go back to the sword. I know you tried it at first, it wasn't working, but now you know the boss's patterns, you know how to down him, you should try the sword now. So I tried, and lo and behold, the sword recharged like 4 times faster than the grenade launcher. So I was basically pummeling him to get the shield down, slashing him with the sword, pummeling him, slashing, pummeling, slashing, and he just got melted. And I was like, wow. So I actually, you know, I went from getting my ass handed to me to almost like styling on this guy, right?
It's not a legit playthrough. I'm saying that up front. This is not a legit playthrough.
So after I finally beat him, I was like, okay, so I beat the skill check, right? And I made a joke. You know, here I am wearing a Bender hat and a freaking platinum vest because people have been very supportive during the stream. And I make a joke. I said, so all those content creators and all those streamers that quit, guess what? I just beat that boss with a Bender outfit on. You suck. And it's a joke. It's not meant to be serious. It's me just razzing people and being stupid, right? So I do that and then we move on. The thing that really made me puzzled is that you know that Armored Core 6 is a FromSoft game. Everyone last year played Elden Ring. Even people who had never touched a FromSoft game before had played Elden Ring. So you know what you're in for. These FromSoft games have been around now for over a decade. Remember, Dark Souls 1 was 2011. So you're talking 12-year legacy of these games being out and being mainstream, and people know what they are. So it gets to me how confusing it is that people would have quit this game. Alright? So last night, after trying to figure this out, I posted up on Twitter, why did so many people rage quit Armored Core 6 at balteus? And why are people saying the game is way hard? I legitimately don't get it. I would appreciate some feedback to talk about on Wednesday's podcast. Thanks. That's it. Alright? There's nothing there that's gloating. There's nothing there that's saying, ha ha, I dominated the game and you didn't. Alright? It's just me genuinely asking the question, why do you guys think that people say the game is so hard and that this boss is the rage quitting point?
So clip this and give it to all other content creators who rage quit on that boss. Was it balteus? If you rage quit on balteus and I was able to beat balteus dressed fully as Bender, you suck. That's all I have to say about that. Okay.
And so, I had open replies on my tweet, my post on X, and I wanted to see what people had to say. So I got a variety of responses. Of course, first of all, I get some of the most ridiculously stupid, over-the-top, dumb-ass responses that you would ever get whenever you have open, you know, responses. You're gonna get your hater base responding. Someone literally said this. I'm not shitting you. Oh, did you leave your responses open on this post for clout?
You got caught the fuck out, dude. 1,000,000% caught out.
Did I leave open responses on a random post on the X app to gain clout? Because we all know that when darksydephil has an open response post on the X app, it's mainstream news. Did you know that this morning, Kotaku, IGN, and GameSpot all had front page articles about how darksydephil has an open post on fucking Twitter? I mean, wow! Yeah, that's exactly why I did it. Maybe I wanted some responses so I could talk about it today.
I really think that he watches too much WWE. Because it feels like, no, I'm not lying, dude. It feels like, it really feels like he tries to make his channel like that, where it's full of drama. It's all drama, so that he can get more views.
Yeah, we're feeding into it right now.
Create controversy
And
to get
we are. We're
views.
feeding
Oh, that's
into
me.
it.
Like I said, he's still finding ways to monetize us after all this time, but
Yeah, he enjoys that. He lives by that.
So here's essentially the point that a lot of people made, and I will actually intelligently respond to it. So you're an interactive streamer, right? I am. You're absolutely correct. I am. When you're playing a game like Armored Core 6, a lot of people in your chat are telling you about the game. And so, as you're fighting this boss, you're getting some advice, you're getting some, you know, tips that other people don't get. A lot of streamers who are hardcore into the FromSoft games outright tell their audiences, I'm not allowing any advice or spoilers unless I ask for it. That feedback is actually very valid feedback, and I like it. But sadly, a lot of people just couldn't say that in a nice way and say, Phil, the reason you're maybe not, you know, hating on the game as much as others is because you had some people help you with it. But in reality, it's really hard to fight that boss without that help first. But instead of people saying it nicely like that, literally no one said that. It was,
oh, because you're a piece of shit and you suck at games, so your handheld stream chat has to do this, you know. real fuck faces, real people who just don't know how to speak to someone, that if they said that to someone's face in person, they get slapped in real life by someone because they're so disrespectful, but they think it's fair game because you can just say it to someone on the internet and get away with it. You know, it's fucked up antisocial idiots. That's the kind of responses that I get. Oh my God, he's drinking wheelchair donations.
But that doesn't invalidate their points. The points they're making, I feel, actually are valid. Yeah, if I didn't have that plasma gun, if I hadn't bought it before this boss would have been way worse. There's streamers out there that literally the way that they play games is just as a social thing with their audience. This is all they do. If they're going to play a game, they're just going to have their audience tell them what to do entirely. I've seen streamers, literally, it's like they're not even playing the game. It's their audience is playing the game for them, okay? It's valid content creation because these people are popular and they make a living doing it, all right? Not everyone is a get good kind of streamer, but here's the thing. I hate to say it, a toxic fan base of hate watchers. Yes, it's a fan base, but it's a fan base of hate watchers, okay? So again, to them, if I'm not struggling in something, and if I'm actually succeeding, it's not entertaining. So God forbid, I'm having a good time with my audience. We're having positive conversation. I'm enjoying the game. They see that there's some hard stuff coming up and they toss me a little bit of a bone. So that way when I fight this boss, it's an hour to an hour and a half instead of 7 hours, right? What was more enjoyable yesterday? See me struggle a little bit on the boss, learn slowly, get the pattern, switch back to the sword, and beat him in epic fashion? Or see me play that boss for 3 streams and be very upset and not enjoy the game? What would have been the better option? I think anyone who's not a toxic, hate-watching asshole would say option 1 is the best option. But that's the problem. These idiots follow me around and just don't understand that's not who I am.
I'm not a high-level gamer at all. This is my job, and it is about making money.
Don't care about you. If all you hate watchers disappeared tomorrow, I would do better off. You like to justify your existence as if somehow you're the reason I still have any popularity. You couldn't be further from the truth. If you fuckfaces went away tomorrow, I could actually be here having fun with my audience and not have toxic stuff thrown at me constantly, and I'd actually for once be able to thrive. I'd have positivity instead of negativity. You're the reason I'm held down, not the reason I still exist. So the moment the hate watchers go away, it's like paradise. But the problem is, they're never going to go away, and we know that. So, fuck off. Nobody cares about your opinion, besides you and your hate-watching circle grouping Jew. Circle grouping. That's what I just said, circle grouping. That's right. Seriously. So, it's just simple. I like the game, and maybe I like it more than others because I'm actually having a positive experience with it, because we're having a great stream of it, because people are actually being nice. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying every single time that I face a boss, I want people to immediately throw all the solutions at me. And that's not even what happened with this boss, right? I had a legit amount of time to try to learn stuff, and then people started giving me advice and things based on the things I wasn't doing. It worked out pretty well, I feel. I would say a boss like that, that's supposed to be a skill check, took about an hour, 15 minutes for me to beat. That's fair.
Darksydephil the lol cow.
Lol cow. Playing a game like this and saying, everyone just shut up, zip your lips, no one ever give me any advice on it whatsoever, is ridiculous. I'm an interactive streamer for 6 years. This didn't change yesterday. It's been 6 years. Are you aware of this yet? Or have you just sat there with your fingers in your ear, which is what you do, because you sit there with your little hate-watching group like a bunch of fucking morons, and you just talk to each other instead of looking at reality. Here's reality. For 6 years, I've been an interactive streamer, with support, with help in the games I play. I'm successful at it. I run a whole business doing it. People love the content so much, they support it, and I curate content specifically for that audience, as big or as small as it is. I don't need fucking hate watchers to come by and make demands on my playthroughs. So if you don't like the way I'm playing Armored Core 6, fuck off and don't come back.
I don't know what to do. I give up. I seriously am about to just give up and stop playing. And look it up online what you're supposed to do, because it's a puzzle. What's the point? Alright. I'm done. Until someone actually tells me how to beat it, I'm just going to sit here with my hands folded. There's no point. It's a puzzle boss. It's not challenging. It's a garbage puzzle. Not until someone tells me what to do, I'm not going to play anymore. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. in an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.